Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, from Katowice 2024, it's going to be Clem and Oliveira here on Hecate. Bottom left, going to be Oliveira, our Chinese Terran player, and in the top right, it is Clem, our Italian Terran player. He is red versus blue here from ESL's Katowice 2024. Oliveira, as you know, did win Katowice in the World Championship back in 2022. Very, very excited. Oh, for the 2022 year, but 2023 is when it was played. And Clem has not won a Katowice, but I think he's more, more standard, more, consistent overall here. So I think Clem is favored here. But it's a TVT, so you never know. I do like casting TVTs because of the early game, man. So many options. Every unit is available except for maybe Battlecruiser. Maybe Thor. They take so darn long to make. Just Liberators, Reapers, Hellions, Hellbats, Banshees, Vikings, Marines, Marauders, Widowmines, all sorts of just everything under the sun. Maybe not Ghosts on this first early push out, but I wouldn't be shocked to see that either. So let's see what we get on display here in the early game. Whether it's interesting or not is going to depend on these players, but I really haven't seen a TVT in a while that didn't start with some kind of shenanigans here in the first 7 or 8 minutes. I did cast a Freak of World number 103 a couple weeks ago, and we had a TVT in there. That was a ton of fun. It was bonkers for sure. So we got a Reaper on the way from Oliveira. We got a Reaper on the way from Clem. We have Reaper names from Rocket and Doc Bravo. So this Reaper here, boop, from Clem, is he going to move out? I don't know. Yes, we're going to name him anyway, and his name is simply Jared from Subway. The only time everybody roots for the Reaper to die ASAP. Good call, Doc Bravo. Then on the other side, wait, there's a Reaper. Where's our guy? Dude? Is he just... Oh, whatever. We'll name him. This Reaper's name is Wolverine, and he's running away from Deadpool. There is a Deadpool 3 movie coming out this summer. Wolverine and Deadpool. Is it going to be great? I hope so. I really enjoyed the first couple Deadpool movies. The first one especially was just such a nice surprise. It's, 2 Reapers actually from both players. Oh, and a third Reaper on the way from both players. And a Cyclone on the way from both players. And expansions on the way from both players. And supply depots on the way from both players. So they're both using the exact same build. But Clem's getting a starport, and I'm not sure if Oliveira is going to do that or if it's just late. Oliveira, what's the play? Okay, so the only difference so far in this build has been Oliveira not getting a starport. Anyway, yeah, man. Look, it's Ryan Reynolds. He understands Deadpool. I say this all the time. If you want to adapt something for a different medium, taking a comic book character and putting him on a movie, if you understand why people love the character and you can transfer that over into the film or into your new medium, you're gonna do okay. That's exactly what happened here with Deadpool 1. Deadpool 2 was a ton of fun too. It seemed kind of low budget, and I'm wondering if this Deadpool and Wolverine movie is going to have a lot more money behind it and therefore be able to kind of make a bigger splash. But that's the thing. Deadpool is basically a ground level hero, right? He doesn't have magic powers other than regeneration, right? He doesn't have magic. He doesn't have the ability to fly. He can't go to space without a spacesuit. You know what I mean? So ground level heroes, pretty good stuff. Interested to see what they're going to do. I mean, they might just blow this thing out and make it a not ground level story for Deadpool, but who knows? I think it'd be a mistake if they didn't do that. Wolverine 2 is a ground level hero. Yeah, he's got regeneration capabilities and he's got adamantium, skeleton, and claws. He can't fly. He can't shoot laser beams. He has no ranged attacks whatsoever. But I'm definitely going to go see it anyway because it's Ryan Reynolds and it's Deadpool and I trust him with the Deadpool. That's it. That's it. All right. Well, everyone's super waiting for the other guy to show up with the exact same composition that they have, which is super fun. Clem Starport appears to be used for a Raven. I didn't even mention the Raven. That's how fun this is, you guys. Both players getting third bases at the same time, too. Interference Matrix coming in from Clem. Disable enemy tanks. Good way to do it. And both players getting Ravens just a little bit ahead of schedule here is Clem. So what are we looking at here? yeah, so basically the exact same armies, except there's a Raven for Clem, and now a Raven is popped for Oliveira. It's just Interference Matrix is going to be done for Clem and not for Oliveira here. This Reaper pops in. He's like, well, I didn't die to a siege tank shot, so that's positive, says Jared from Subway. Remember, we're like, we should be rooting for Jared from Subway to die, but no Reapers have died yet, so he's still alive, unfortunately. I shouldn't have chosen that name for a TVT. It's like the matchup where Reapers survive the longest. Although, I don't know. Usually, we're involved in some kind of an attack at this point. Oliveira scans Clem, sees additional barracks on the way, says, okay, neat. Very, very neat. Barracks firing up on both sides. And I just want to look at the units tab again to see if there's any discrepancy at all. No. No. Everything's same across the board. That's bonkers. I don't think I've cast or seen a TVT where everyone's going the exact same build up through 5-6 minutes. Usually, okay, it wasn't the exact same build because, again, Oliveira Starport was later, but he ended up in the same place that Clem did. It was not even a big deal. Second starport, but this one, nope, same starport. We are reactoring it, though, for medevacs. And third base landing time for Clem is about 6:20. Third base landing time for Oliveira. I just cannot believe how even this is. Look at that Reaper bouncing. Okay, so let's see. Clem is going to land 6:24, and Oliveira's lands at 6:27. Yep, so we're here, boys and girls. We are here. We are ready to rock. There's a bit of an exchange there. Did anything die? No. And the Reapers have combat drugs to heal up, too. Ooh, oh, auto turret harass from Oliveira. I like it. Hey, first blood. First blood. Killing a couple SCVs. Killing a couple Marines. This is great. This is fantastic out of Oliveira. We get some early blood spilled here. Fantastic. Clem building a supply depot on the right side to see future attacks up this way. Drops can be incredibly powerful in this matchup, as they can in every matchup. You're going to interference matrix this thing. It doesn't stop them from running, which is the problem. Yeah, just like dealing with enemy Ravens. Yeah, you interfere with them and they can't cast spells anymore, but they can still move. And if they can run, that's pretty much all they want to do at that point once you've interfered with them, right? So obviously the numbers are different here because a couple workers died from Clem, but he's still up on worker count, which is interesting. Yeah, these guys trying to poke in. That's not going to happen at all. Both players have one Cyclone. Oh, look, there's the one Cyclone from Clem. Yeah, so these Ravens are like, man, I wish Terran had recall. I would get my butt out of here so fast. But hey, look, 4 kills and 3 kills is not bad. It's really not a bad opening whatsoever. Oliveira busts into the natural base. 1 tank. And he pulls out. Okay, another tank. And he's like, I don't want to fight a tank. I don't want to fight a tank. You don't want to fight a tank. Got it. Still no Reapers have died, you guys. This is really bad. This is extremely bad for us and for Doc Bravo, who wanted Jared to die quickly. Ooh, maybe. Oh, that's a blue one. Dang it. That's not Jared. Yep. So part of the trick here in TVT is sneaking up on the enemy. It's hard to do because scans exist, and an elite player will be pretty much constantly scanning you the entire game from this point on. Yep, scanning each other. Nothing's died. Anti-armor missile, Dorito dusts all over Clem's army, but if you can't hit this stuff, it doesn't matter. Boosting in for a big old drop inside the main. Anti-armor missile is helping Oliveira with this battle, but he's just horribly outnumbered. His tank gets disabled. Everybody just completely gets wiped out there. Siege tanks are firing away, taking down a refinery here at Clem's third base. And they're just trying to, wow, Marine drop on top of these tanks, friendly fire splash on them. That's called Zealot bombing in Brood War. Not bad. Not a bad move. Oliveira is up 87 to 68 army supply, and he's got about the same economy. I don't know. Oliveira's, whatever. Big fan of drops. You know me. I think drops are the greatest thing since sliced bread. Everybody should use drops, not just Terran. Protoss and Zerg as well. Going after a reactor for the easy value there. Clem on the counterattack is like, all right, you're probably not defending your third base, and he's not at all. Okay, more medevacs healing up here from Oliveira. Move. Oh, the medevac stopped. There was stuff in that. Third base under attack. Handful of Marines trickling in to try to stop this. Dude, a siege tank on this high ground would be pretty strong. 24 SCVs have died from Oliveira. He's now down 70 to 43 workers. This counterattack has been way more damaging overall, although, hang on a second, Clem's forced to lift off his third base because of the Siege Tank Marine Army over on this side, but no lifting off here for Oliveira. He loses that orbital. This little group has just been murderous beyond belief. Are we base racing here at 10 minutes? Hey, it's a base race DVT. Have Reapers died yet? 2 Reapers have died for Clem. Yes, Jared is dead. Never come back, Jared. Bam. So, Oliveira's on 2 base, Clem's on 2 base. This is a pretty, 85 to 77 army supply in favor of Oliveira. Can he? Okay, it looks like he has enough to handle this. He's defending his own natural base. Unfortunately, can Clem defend his own natural base? And the answer seems to be not right now. Give me a minute, maybe we can. These tanks of Oliveira are already very injured. Jumping on them and taking them down is not going to be that hard. He's going to get extra vision here from this medevac. The tanks unsiege, and now Clem goes for it. Reinforcing Marines from the backside here. Doesn't like what he sees. Is Clem successfully defending? Dudes from the backside from Clem are coming in. The tanks survive for Clem. No tanks survive from Oliveira here, but 23 SCVs die from Clem, giving us an even worker count and about an even army supply here, 2 on 2 base to 2 base. This has been bonkers. What a fantastic TVT this has been so far. Wow, Oliveira needed to get something done, and he did. That's how you win games. If you take a hit, you need to even it out, and you do. Yeah, the fact that Clem has tanks right now and Oliveira doesn't is really, really tough for Oliveira to make work. But the third base for Clem lands. Clem defending it. Third base for Oliveira is here. I think the main base, yes, took the main base. Dumped it in there. Concave, pretty good. It's only 1 tank in this position, so the tank dies. The orbital lifts up again. Couple more SCVs die. It's still even on the worker count, though. Clem's ability to make SCVs is almost second to none in the world of Terran here. Maybe Maru is better at that, but even then, I'm not sure if that's true. Oliveira gets a siege tank up, working the way on this third base. Remember when I said Clem was favored? This has been a really good game. Sometimes the differences between, as Clem goes for it here, takes down the siege tank. Yeah, but sometimes the difference between players in the top 20 on Eligulac aren't that big. Even if maybe Clem is higher than Oliveira, when it comes down to practically playing against the other person, sometimes it doesn't matter. Oliveira maybe a little bit gun shy to take a 4th base here. We did consider it, but unfortunately it died, and now you're afraid. Fake drop from Oliveira? Oh my gosh, that's so good. So wait, so what's the point of this fake drop? Where's your other stuff? I don't know, but Clem's got another little hit squad down here with their 2-2 upgrades. SCVs trying to body block a little bit. 4 of them die for just about nothing. Oliveira considers. Oh my gosh, he goes up the ramp. The tanks are undefended. They die. Reinforcing units taking siege tank shots. Oliveira kind of crushing. Where did this drop go? I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. It's coming. Clem sending it back home, I think. The orbital's getting repaired and shot at the same time. More SCVs in mortal peril here. Siege tank sieging up from Oliveira. This game is bonkers. I like it. I like it a lot. Clem concaving. Fantastic display. Really, really good stuff here. On the other side, Clem getting inside this third base like he owns the joint, and he kind of does. Liberator gets sniped. Siege tank almost dies, but then Clem picks up, getting a lot of value out of a not large group of Marines and a single medevac. So all the Marines are now dead. The medevac is fleeing for its life. Both players are on 3 bases. Clem's got 46 to 37 workers on the advantage here. Liberator from Oliveira trying to head over, but Clem spotted this thing about 8 years ago, apparently. Yeah, Clem's like, hold on, is there a 4th base here? Army value about even, but again, Clem's just trying to get a ton of value with these little groups. If that tank wants to follow you, turn around and murder it if there's no Marine support on that guy. Huge drop in the main, though, by Oliveira. Oh my gosh, siege tank staying alive is a big deal here, but Going to be target fired more than anything else, and it does get wiped out, so we got to abandon this position. We will fight without taking tank shots. Oh, tank shots. More tank shots. Okay, there's not really a place to be safe here, so Oliveira backs it out. Army volley for Clem, 76 to 71. Liberator sets up on top of these tanks. Oh, big deal. But the Liberator gets wiped out after taking out a single siege tank, and Oliveira has to fall back. This has been crazy intense. What a TVT this has been so far. Clem busting in. Nope, too many Marines, too many tanks there. Who's got an upgrade advantage? +3 attack just finished up from both players. Ooh, medevac goes down. Clem has no presence on this side of the map at this stage. But what he does have is a 4th base that Oliveira does not have. He is going to go ahead and send his natural orbital over here to get a 4th. Income has been favoring Clem on and off. I assume that's a mule cycle we're looking at there on that graph. Oliveira says, I can't let Clem sit back and macro up. He's got more workers than I do. Gotta maybe... Oh, this Marine, though, catches this move out. And gets obliterated by a siege tank shot, as you do sometimes when you're in a TVT. But this high ground protection is good. This 3rd base has got tanks covering both of these areas, too. Good positioning there by Clem. And, yep, these Marines are just like, okay, so there's a 4th base from Oliveira. Good information to have, friendo. Clem high ground in it, but picks up his tanks. Doesn't quite like the position they're in. And Clem says, okay, most of your army is over here. Let's hold the choke. Let's siege the tanks. Let's win that tank battle immediately as that tank dies. Clem's got another attack coming down the left side here, too. And Oliveira backs off, abandons this position. But Clem, these little just absolutely merciless death squads today have been putting in so much work. This game is won. It's going to be on the hands of these little move outs. Look at him taking... Okay, all right. Worker count, 56 to 30. In favor of Clem. This economic advantage is massive. Oliveira drops inside the main base of Clem. Says, well, I got to do something to get back in this game. And the answer is go after the production of the enemy. They need it to make stuff. Absolutely true. Goodbye, barracks. Goodbye, factory. Goodbye, tech lab. Goodbye, factory making a siege tank. Just a few of these buildings dying is big. Clem manages to get everybody in here. And he does get rid of the invaders, repelling them, taking out a medevac. Oliveira swinging up the left side here. Doesn't know about this base. Killing it would be nice. Instead, he goes for this base, which is entirely undefended. Clem's response time is good, but he's going to lose the orbital. No question about that. That orbital dies, but guess who has a base over here? Clem's like, oh, hold on a second. No, I don't. Not at all. This game's getting an epic tag. I don't care who wins this at all. This is an absolutely sick TVT. Oliveira's drops today have been insane. Okay, so that guy, if we can get it into burning, that'd be good. And yes, it is into burning, but it's going to land and probably get repaired. 96 to 91 army supply. Clem has an advantage, but it's not a ginormous one. What he does have is medevacs in this position. And he's got the +3 armor coming in, but it's not available right at this very second. Clem just lost 20 SCVs. He's still up 45 to 30 workers, which is hilarious. Like, seriously, Clem has lost more workers today than Oliveira has, but he has more workers today than Oliveira has by about 15, which just goes to show he just is a macro king. Are we repairing this? There's an SCV kind of staring at it like it's repairing it, but Clem, buddy. Okay, there's the repair. He figured it out. Oliveira swinging up the left side with superior forces, even though there are better upgrades for Clem here with a +3 infantry armor. Dude, this not being a planetary yet is so big, and it's dead! It hadn't been fully repaired yet! He was trying to turn it into a planetary. That didn't work out. That's a huge win. Clem responds with force in kind, but losing that base was ginormous. Now, Clem needs to get something done if he's going to win this game. Income, Clem has more workers, but the income is favoring Oliveira because this is the only mining base that Clem has right now. He doesn't even have, he does have an orbital, he can float over there. That would be big, for him at this stage of the game. Clem making a move out. A bunch more siege tanks, but defensive position siege tanks are pretty good. Oh, trying to come along the backside. Siege tanks getting surrounded are not as good. Clem, he's not picking up his dudes. What's he doing? That almost felt like a I stopped microing GG thing, but no, Clem's not GGing out. He's got more stuff. He's producing real hard right now. It's 48 to 42 army supply. It is so close on army supply. It's disgusting. I cannot... Yeah, this game's getting an epic tag. End of discussion here. If this base can get wiped out... Okay, we're running with it. If you want to chase it, you can run into siege tanks. Clem does not want to run into siege tanks. He does send the orbital from the natural base to the 4th base. Really, really important stuff for him here. Why would you do that? You weren't in a position to save it from getting destroyed. Man, 50 to 52 army. Oliveira's worker count is pretty abysmal. 27, man. He's lost 51 SCVs today. Again, Clem has lost 64, and Clem has a pretty substantial advantage on worker count. That's insane to me. Clem lifting down to a 5th base from his 3rd. Yeah, I don't know. Oliveira, army value, good. Positioning, good. Base count, okay. But what he doesn't have is the worker count. And he doesn't have the orbital count either. He's got 2 orbitals. Not like he's muling his face off right now. Oh my gosh, another orbital goes down. Oliveira's been able to sneak army over this way the entire game and absolutely ruin Clem. His SCV count is now 11. He had so many SCVs at that base. Oliveira dropping on the enemy tanks. Clem comes in, dropping hard, man. Enemy tanks are dead. Now are we in a base race scenario? What is happening? Clem's base being in that bottom right is a big freaking deal. Is Oliveira coming home to stop this? He's going to lose his 4th orbital, which used to be his natural orbital. See you later, alligator, on that one. Army value is 64 to 52. It is exactly 11 to 11 workers right now. That is how intense this is. Army value, 66 to 52. Clem has a bigger army, but I think a lot of that is medevacs. That's 40. No, he's got more Marines too. And he's got a siege tank. Clem's like, all right, back it down. Back. Chase into my tanks. I double dog dare you to do that. Yeah, Clem is defending this source of income, which is insanely important for him right now. It's fresh. It's a fresh base too. Something that Oliveira does not have right. This is just it for Oliveira. I don't think he can do it either. He's not expanding. He's not building another base. He's not moving. He doesn't have... Oh, gosh. GG! Clem! Yeah, he was trying to go for some kind of a drop into the main base, which honestly would have been pretty cool if he could have done it. But he ended up losing a couple medevacs. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Clem was loading up to follow him in there too. And yeah, this base all fresh. This base mined out. This base dead. No other orbitals to send anywhere else. Economically, Oliveira was toast. So yeah, Clem won that thing with economy. Clem won that thing with producing way more SCVs than Oliveira did in this game, despite losing 95 to Oliveira's 66. Like, that's how you do it. Clem effectively made 40 more SCVs in this game than Oliveira did. Such a great job killing workers on both sides. Clem did a better job recovering from those SCV deaths, and that's how he did it. I mean, just... That's so good. That is such a fantastic display of TVT there from Clem. Oliveira almost managed to figure it out, man. Almost managed. He ended up killing, what did he kill today? 2 orbitals, 2 command centers, a planetary that was almost a planetary. That's pretty good. And if you kill 95 SCVs... It's just, I just don't know. It's tough to look at a game where you killed 95 SCVs and you ended up losing it. That's brutal. That is a brutal feeling, to be sure. And that's Oliveira today. Sometimes you're just on the bad side of it and nothing you can do about it. I loved the drops. I really did like the drops. Clem's response to the drops was also pretty good, obviously. But, you know, you kill production facilities for your opponent. 2 barracks go down. A factory dies. tech labs, reactors all over the place getting wiped out here by Oliveira. We did not get that early attack, which was interesting, but we got some crazy stuff after that, and that was a ton of fun. So, GG, man. Clem's economy was too much today for Oliveira, and the Frenchman gets the win, as I would have predicted starting off, but this was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be, which is, that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. All right, GG, that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. If you like what you saw and what you heard today, you can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.